I want to start off by saying that this is less of a Monster Hunter Wilds video and more of a general Monster Hunter video. Just some simple habits that should be applicable to most Monster Hunter games. If you're a veteran, there shouldn't be much to learn here, but you're free to keep watching. The first habit will actually be useful in many games even outside of Monster Hunter, and that is to collect everything. Especially early game, when you don't have a lot of items in your box, collecting them early means you'll have at least a small supply for when you might need them later. Nothing annoys me more than not already having enough materials to craft something I suddenly need. Not everything you can interact with on the field can be collected though, but maybe you could use them in a fight. Some of the things you'll pick up can also be collected passively through the farm, which you should check every now and then. At the time of recording, I don't know whether or not Wilds will have a farm, but most Monster Hunter games do have one that can get you resources after every quest. Usually the requirement to start growing items is to have at least one of them in your inventory or box, so hope you've already gathered some. Now, before going on a quest, there is always something you need to make sure to do. Eat before every quest, or in Wilds' case, keep an eye on your food buff timer, which I believe is the timer at the top left of your screen when you open up the radio menu, which is left bumper on controller or control on keyboard. Eating a meal can give you buffs like attack and defense boosts, but most notably increase your max health, where you would otherwise have to use items like max potions, which you would rather use to heal than just to top up health. I'm not sure if this will apply to Wilds, but some meals will not increase your health to the maximum of 150. A good habit while you're on a hunt is to keep your eyes on the monster. It might be obvious, but you can get so much information from just looking at the thing. You can see who it's going for, and if it's looking in your direction, you know to get ready to block or dodge. And if you're paying attention, you can slowly learn its attacks, even if it's not going for you specifically. I've seen people get surprised by an attack that they think they've never seen before, when in reality it's like the monster's third time doing the attack on that hunt. Another on-hunt habit is that you should always look to sharpen when the monster moves areas. Sharpening in front of the monster will leave you crouched down and prone to getting hit. So what better time to sharpen than when the monster isn't there? For one, it's safe, and two, it saves you from having to sharpen during the next fight. You can also sharpen while your weapon is unsheathed, by the way. In the case of ranged weapons, just make sure your ammos or coatings are loaded. This last one is a lot more important in older titles, and that is to restock your items either before or after a quest. Even though you can just go into your tent to restock during your quest, I at least never feel good going into the tent at the start of a hunt. Ever since 4th gen, you can save item loadouts to instantly stock up on the items you saved into the loadout. I said earlier that restocking is more important in older titles, and that's because you can't restock items during a hunt. It was either leave the quest or continue on with less items than you usually bring. You also couldn't eat during a quest. And that should be all of them. I did say this stuff would be pretty basic for anyone with experience, but I have seen experienced players still forget some of these things. That's not to say I don't forget some of this stuff myself sometimes. Some of these you can get away with not doing, but I think it should be a conscious decision to do so rather than just forgetting and finding out later. Since at the time of recording Wilds hasn't released yet, I can't speak on Wilds specifically, although I'm sure other creators will have that covered. Okay, but I think that about wraps up the video, so may you be blessed with fun hunts and rare drops. Okay, I'm getting back into the swing of things. Okay. Okay, that charge is like almost instant. It's like old gen again.